Hello Petals, welcome back. Today we are going to go over my fountain pen and ink journal. This is the first time that I have ever decided to make one. I want to shout out to, I think it's Karina Loves to Plan, and Julia here. You guys make sure that you go follow them. But I binged watched their videos and I never thought to start one of these, but I've gathered so many ink samples and fountain pens. I have like 4 directly in front of me, one over here, and then like this huge case from Galen Leather. And I just keep acquiring as planner girlies like we always do. And I want to be intentional and use my stuff, as it looks like that is the trend that has been going forth for like the last 2 or 3 years. So without further ado, I want to show how I set mine up, and I hope that the 2 ladies that I got the inspiration from can see which part of this I was inspired by from them. I want to give a shout out to Yard and Leathersmith. They handmade this for me. I got it embossed with teals on it, and I got it in this beautiful burgundy. This is normally my winter color. This is the normal color. I always get my nails during the fall and winter, so I went ahead and got a cover that matched how I would feel. It also came with a pen loop, which I'm currently not using. I want to point out how many pockets there are in here. Very well made. And if we flip to the back, I have this one here and in here. Okay, there we go. This book right here, I'm very proud of. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to fill this up this year because this is a lot of pages. This is a Stylogy. A5 Stylogy. It was a lot of pages, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna finish this in a year, so I put starting in 2025. The first thing I did was my ink swatches. I kind of jacked up my stamps, but y'all know I do not care about imperfections. And what I did here is I did all of my sample inks first, and then I did all of my bottled inks. Let me see. So far, I'm really enjoying that I got to see all the samples that my friends sent in a really nice light. Because I think sometimes I kind of just swatch it like somewhere and then I lose it. So now I get to actually have them all in one location. I can see the shimmer. And I found out that I kind of like the, what is it called? You have shimmer. It's the one that's close to shimmer. If I can find one, I'll let you know. But here are the currently inks I have. Here we go. This was pretty. Here we go. And I like these 3. Were really nice. This bottle, we could not read. The ink had spilled over the outside, and it just bled through whatever the paper said. I have no idea what that says, but it's a good amount. Look at all that shimmer. Yes. Oyster Hour is still the bomb. Taxidermy Genius was a purposeful buy. I just thought the name was lit, to be honest. The Taxidermy Genius is really nice, and I purposely bought Autumn in Auburn and Peter Moss, and this is my ultimate favorite, which is why I ended with that. Edward Gardens from Ferris Wheel Press is my all-time favorite. Okay, and what I did is I just made well, I guess I filled one up. But I'm going to keep this same layout going each time I get more ink throughout the year. And I went ahead and I saved just a couple of pages to continue. Because one, I should not be buying enough inks to fill up all this paper. I just want to throw it out there. If I do, y'all check me, okay? I am not okay. I made a wish list of the fountain pens that I want and the inks that I want as well. Even if I bought all of these inks, it still should not fill that up before anybody says, why is your inks list so long if you don't want to buy that many? But with 6 of them fitting on a page, I shouldn't fill up more than 3 more pages. And if I do, they have been gifted. I want to point that out too. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 fountain pens that I want. There could be more, but those are the only ones I knew the names of. And I'm pretty sure there's more inks that I want. This was based off of, I think it was Karina. Karina Loves to Plan. I looked at her swatches and wrote down the ones I really liked outside of what was on the Diamond list. So after that, I have my goal page. I'm gonna go ahead and read it to you guys. So I put my goal for this notebook is to document my fountain pen journey. Even though I've been using fountain pens for 3 years, I haven't evolved with my stash or have done any research into what I actually like. So now I'm going to take it seriously. I can't wait to see how this journal looks when it's filled up. That's me talking to myself, just so y'all know that I, give myself all the information I might forget later. My first goal is to document my inks throughout the year, which was the swatch page that you saw up here at the front. We're going to look at all the inks that I have. Number 2 is to use as many sample bottles as possible. I want to cross off my samples inside of this book, and I actually finished one already. Which one did I finish? Right here, Ferris Wheel Pressed Glistening Glass is inside of my Banu. And it once this pen is emptied, I have no more. So the entire vial is gone. And it's cute, so I honestly might buy a bottle. One of the little bottles. Number 3 is to see what pens I actually like. I have a lot of pens that I just bought because I thought they were cute, but they skipped. They didn't write well. Found out I wasn't an EF girly. I wasn't an F girly. That sounds wrong. I wasn't a fine nib girly until like last year. So I didn't use those pens. They need to be cleaned out. Medium is still my happy medium, but it depends on, y'all see this grid? This is small. I don't want to use a medium here unless I feel like taking up that whole box. So I use fine in the small boxes and medium in the 5mm or bigger boxes. But I would love to just get rid of the pens that I no longer use or want. Number 4 is to learn more about pens and ink properties. Yeah, there's a lot of verbiage going on here that I'm not understanding. So the goal this year is to educate myself and to research. So if y'all have information, please send it my way. Number 5 is to learn my favorite way to swatch. So I know we have these here, right? But every time I open Beyonce's internet, somebody has a new way, like using a spoon, using the plastic bag, using, the muddler. I want to figure out my favorite way to swatch. So I have this here as my basic swatches and stuff. I'm going to practice probably in the back of different ways to do it that I like the most. One that brings out the most properties, ones that look aesthetically pleasing to me, one that I can make sure I don't bleed through the paper. That's another thing too. But I want to make sure, I want to play with it. That's as simple as that. And number 6 is I want to create a wish list of what I actually want versus impulse buys. Now, I know we all feel that way, but that is why this list is here, because I want to be on the lookout for these versus every time I go somewhere, I'm just grabbing stuff. I don't know if I like it. Which one did I grab just because? I don't know what rationale I was coming up with. Where are you? This one. This orange down here at the bottom. What I did is I went to Jenny Bick. here in DC, right? And I was like, okay, I have tons of blues. I was gifted tons of reds. I want some pinks, but I haven't found like a pink I like yet. And I have 2 browns. Now, what colors don't I have? I was like, I don't have any oranges. I had that, but it was more of like a yellow. So I did an eeny, meeny, miny, mo, grabbed an orange small bottle and picked this one, and I don't use it, not at all. It was a little too bright for me, but I do think it will go well during Halloween just to have it, but it wasn't something I had like prepared to buy. So the goal this year is to get things I actually want. The eeny, meeny, miny, mo thing is not gonna fly in 2025. All right, the next page we have are the pen shows. So this setup, I bullet journaled. I have the exact same setup in my regular planner for my year at a glance. I did realize that these boxes are smaller than my planner, so there's like all of these gaps. It's not filled up as I would like. But what I did with the pen shows is I have my legend here, and the green are the ones that are in America, and the beige are the ones that are overseas. You really can't see them that well on camera, but I did write down what pen shows are what, and it looks like the only ones I can make are the DC and the Baltimore. I want to make it to one of the Chicagos, and if you don't know, Chicago has one in March and one in May. And if anybody knows that London actually has multiple pen shows throughout the year. So London has like an autumn and like a spring like shows. I'm not going to be in London this year, but I do think that looking at all of these is just a great way to plan. Like if I wanted to go to Orlando, I know that I should go around this time so I can stop by the show. Or Dallas, you know, but August is my birthday, so I will be at the DC Pen Show. And where did the other one go? Baltimore is in March. I don't know for sure if I can make it yet, but it's not far, so I don't see why I can't take time out of the day to go check it out. And what I decided to do is anytime I use a fountain pen, I didn't do it here before. I don't remember what I used, but I'm going to write down the pen used, which was my Twisty Eco in the Cafe Rose Gold, and the ink used was Ferris Wheel Press Oyster Hour. So I'm going to start writing down the pen I used and the ink I used on that page, in case you know, I want to buy it. So welcome to my January currently inked page. I know this is supposed to be like strictly ink only, but I like stickers and I had to zhuzh it up a little bit. So what I have here is my Ferris Wheel Press Glistening Glass, which is the one I told you the vial is empty. We have Diamond Sherwood Green, and we have the Pilot Kujaku is what I call it. I don't know if that's correct or not, but this color I also love. It's a little bit brighter than what I would normally go for, but I thought since I officially have moved to Virginia that it snowed. It snowed this year, and I just thought that the snowflakes, Christmas is lasting longer than it would if I was still in Florida. We needed some really like wintry type colors, and that is what I was going for. The pen that I'm using is my Benu pen in medium, my Jinhao 10 in fine, and my other Jinhao 10, which is like a gradient blue, the ombre in fine as well. Now to talk about this page, because I know that you saw me post it on Instagram, right? But I wasn't the only person who posted this. Now, if you remember, I used this hashtag, right? Rightfully scribed. So I want to give a shout out to all of the ladies who are in the Rightfully Scribed chat. I decided to create a chat with all of the Black ladies who are who use fountain pens and inks. Now, normally when I'm looking at people who are using things like this, they don't look like me. And I was like, okay, I only know 2 of you guys, right? And I only know one of you guys personally. The other person I just follow. So I'm like, okay, let me reach out and see who knows who. And when I say we have grown exponentially, it just, I'm gonna go back to like me. I wasn't following the right people. I had no idea that there was, 20 plus of us out here using our stuff and showing our stuff off. So I've officially created this Rightfully Scribed group where we will be sharing our currently inked pages every month. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you want to follow some new creators, go to my Instagram and you will be able to follow this hashtag and you'll be able to see who's all posting. So make sure you check it out and make sure you come out and support. I have one more page. Ink knowledge. So here, I put I am learning where the inks come from. And I just put I will list them here. I don't know why I put that. But the inks that I found so far and where, not like where they're made, but kind of like where they come from. Like Waringall is South Korea, Lamy is Germany, Tasha is Japan. I did not know most of these. I knew Pilot, Sailor, Tasha, and J. Herbin, right? Did not know Robert Oster was Australia. I do feel like I'm missing some. So if you have other inks that I did not list here that you would like to tell me where they're located, I'd love to add to this list and make it like multiple pages long because my goal this year is to learn and to research. So I would like to make sure that that is complete. I also want to show you, like, look at my pen, my page marker. It's ink and fountain pen. I love it. And so far that is all I have. So we're going to fill this up on a monthly basis and I cannot wait to see how this turns out at the end of the year. I still feel like I'm going to have space left over for next year, but I'm just going to keep using this until it is done. Just some updates before we end this. I want you to check out the website, tillsgold.com, for the latest blog post. 2 is to make sure that you subscribe to Patreon. We have our 10 swap around the world traveling notebooks. That will be, the instructions for that will be launched in February. You do have to be a paid member to participate this year, and it should be so fun. I have a little twist coming up. Next, I want to announce that all of my lives are going to be on YouTube from now on versus Instagram. And that is because editing videos is probably my weakest link, right? And I wanted to make sure that I don't have to edit my live videos. So make sure you come out for the live videos. It's a fun time. We're talking back and forth and we should have like a really nice time. I do love my live videos. And the last thing is there's a sneak peek. Are you ready? Okay, so Teals Gold is officially launching its first subscription box called, drumroll everybody, Teals Gold Postal. Okay, so I know you guys on my Patreon love all of the things that we do: correspondence, postcards, cards, and pen pal packs, right? So I decided to combine all of those things into one box once every quarter that will be available to you. Now, the box is going to be $40 and it's only once a quarter, but if you are a Patreon member, you get half off. Your box is $20. So make sure you either join the Patreon to get your discount on a quarterly basis or just pick up the box because it's going to be nice. You're going to get your cards that you need, that you're going to use within that 3-month period. It also comes with stamps, so there's nothing that you have to go get stamps for. All the stamps that you need will be provided to you because everything that you need will be provided in that box for whatever's in there to be sent out to someone else. I'm really big on communication and I'm really big on building your community. So use the cards, use the postcards, and use the pen pal packs to make sure you stay in contact with those people who are very important to you. So make sure you stay tuned. And the sneak peek is Ooh, pen pal letter writing paper. It's coming along. So y'all stay tuned for the full release, which will be before the end of the month. Stay tuned to Patreon and Instagram for those updates. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.